Hi friendly friends, it's Deanna here today, and I am super excited to be coming today to bring you a sewing tutorial for the sporty leggings. This is a color blocked legging pattern. It is so cute, it is so cool. I can't wait to sew it up with you all, so let's get to it. I love sewing color block patterns. As you can tell, I'm wearing an around the block hoodie. I'm going to tell you now because I'll forget to mention it later. Around the block hoodie, which is color blocking, and behind me, I don't know if you can see it right now at this angle, but maybe you will be able to sneak a peek at it later. I have the book club top hanging on my mannequin. I just love all our color blocking patterns because you can use little scraps for the color blocking. So another thing I love about color blocking is the fact that I love puzzles, so this is kind of like a puzzle. I know sometimes we look at a color block pattern and we're like, there's no way I can do that. Listen, I'm here to tell you if I can figure it out. I have a jumbo noodle. Well, I guess everybody's brain kind of looks like a noodle, but there's just so many things going on in there. But if I can figure this out, you can do it as well. It's as easy as putting a puzzle together. And what sometimes I like to do once I cut my fabric out is to actually realize what the pattern is going to look like once we put it all together. So I've got my bottom of my legs, my middle section, I've got my top back, I've got my top front, and I got my middle pocket section, which I usually like to pin them together so that they stay, but I didn't. That one came off, that's okay. And then my yoke. And if you can see, you can't see it right now because it's hanging off the table, but it makes a whole pattern piece together. So now that it's on my brain and I'm like, this makes sense. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm putting this puzzle together. I'm just gonna, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew it together, sew this puzzle together. And that makes it like in my brain and I'm like, I can do it. And I don't know if that helps you or not, but I just figured I'd show you because that's how my brain works. So now we're gonna get to the good part, which is sewing it all together and creating a beautiful masterpiece. I'm using some honeycomb fabric. This is that fabric that has really good texture and really good stretch for like leggings and stuff. I know you're gonna ask me. I got my honeycomb from Olga's Closet, olgascloset.com, and you can go find it there. And they're also doing some exclusive prints on there if you want to go check it out. Okay, so let's get started. And another thing I wanted to mention, and I'm talking very fast today, I had a lot of coffee, so I'll try to slow down. Another thing I wanted to mention is that this pattern has an option for maternity. I'm not doing the maternity sew right now, but there is an option for that, and our instructions are just amazing. So you can go check that out. There's just a little couple things that are a little bit different, but I know you can do it. I know you can do it. All you gotta do is just go look at the instructions. They're really well written. I think you're gonna enjoy them. The only thing I'll tell you I have not cut off yet, I cut off my pattern except for my waistband, because I wanna figure out what color I wanna make my waistband. I have a little bit of, I think all three of the colors I'm using, but I'm not sure 100% yet which one I want to use for my waistband, so I'm gonna wait till the end once it's put together and I'm gonna be like, well, I want to use this color or whatever. So let's get started. Stop talking and actually start sewing. All right, we're gonna get started with our pockets, and when you cut out your pockets, you're going to cut out two mirror sets. So here's one set, and here's the other set, and here they are. So you're going to figure out which one you want to be on the outside of your leggings. You're gonna figure out which one you want on the outside, because one is gonna be your outer and one's gonna be your liner. This is how they go, because they're mirrored. And so these are gonna think these are what I want my outside to be. It doesn't really matter because I'm using the same fabric for both. So we're gonna grab one and we're going to go to the top of the pocket. So this is the bottom, the slanted area is the bottom. So we're gonna go to the top and we're gonna fold it half an inch down, and we're gonna top stitch. You can go ahead and steam this down. Now my fabric is athletic, so I have to be very careful about steaming. And so I'm not gonna steam it, I'm just gonna be, I'm just gonna go for it. And I'm folding it down to the wrong side. So this is the right side. I'm folding it down so that it creates, like, once we attach this pocket, here, let me turn it around so you can see it. Once I attach this, all this on, you'll have a gap right here where this is gonna be your pocket. So this is the top of it. So let's go top stitch that. For all my top stitching today, I'm going to be using my cover stitch, but you can use any kind of stretch stitch on your sewing machine. Lightning bolt, triple stitch, zigzag, whatever you like to use for stretch fabrics. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead, and this is my inner part right here. Oh, here's one, and here's my other, okay? And then I'm gonna grab my pocket piece, and I'm gonna put it right on top, right side up. Like so. And then I'm going to baste them together. Basting things together makes it easier for when you go to sew them onto the next point, especially using an athletic fabric, athletic knit, because they can be very super slippery. So you may want to go ahead and baste them together, which basting just really is grabbing your, using a long straight stitch, and we're going to baste all the sides all the way around. So going down, over, and up. This part stays open because this is not going to get stitched down. This part is the part that is going to be your pocket. All right, once we do that, we're going to put this one aside, these aside, and we're going to grab our top back. This is my top front. Here's my top back. I like to keep everything pinned together instead, so that that way when I'm using it, I know what it is. And we're going to grab our yoke. And what we're going to do is essentially what you want. So this is the right side. They're just ending right here, right side up. And the right side of the yoke, essentially this is what it's going to look like this. Okay, so what you're going to do is here, they're both right side up and they fit like a puzzle piece. So now I'm going to grab them and turn it right sides together so that we're going to sew it onto your piece. We're going to sew them together at the raw edge. Let me get some more clips. And we're just kind of twisting it around as we're going, like kind of turning this around to fit along the edge. See how this is kind of gathered right there, because we're just going to turn. So now again, I'm going to flip this over so the right sides together. I'm going to start at the corner and clip, and we're going to go sew that on. Now while I'm over there, I'm also going to go ahead and top stitch it. So you can steam the seam up and top stitch that down. You don't have to, that's just a look, but I am going to. So then when that's done sewn and everything, you're gonna open it up like this, and then I'm gonna top stitch. So those are the two things I'm gonna go do. All right, so our yoke has been attached to our back, or top back, and we have our pocket over here ready. So what we're gonna do is, let's do one at a time. Here's our yoke up here. Here's our crotch curve. Here's the straight line. We're gonna position our pocket right next to it, and you will have already basted it, but I didn't baste mine right now. I'm being bad. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab, they're both right side up. Here's the pocket where we put the top stitching. So now I'm gonna grab my my top back, and then I'm going to bring it right on top. So now they're touching right sides together, and I'm going to align this side edge right here. I'm not worrying about the inside over here. I'm just worrying about this side over here. And we're gonna match those up and sew them together. I'm gonna do the same. So when you open it, they are going to be like this, one piece. I'm gonna do the same for the other one and go sew. Now when I'm done sewing, I'm gonna open it up and go over there and also top stitch this down. I don't usually top stitch things, but I was like feeling in the top stitching mood, so I might go ahead and top stitch it. All right, y'all, look at this cool puzzle coming together. We've got the back top top back. We've got the pocket and the pocket liner. See how you can put your hand here. You got your yoke right here. Now we're gonna put our front, our top front. So now these are sticking straight right side up. And here is my top front. It's right side up as well. And we're just gonna put it right on that other side of the pocket, right sides together. So it's just gonna come right over just like we did on the other side for the back. Now we're going to do it for the front as well. And we're going to do it for both. And then I'm also going to top stitch. And then once you open it, look at that. It's coming along. Now we just need to add the middle, the stripe, the color blocking stripe, the bottom piece, and then sew it together, and the waistband. I mean, this is coming together so easily. Yo, my looper, literally this is how much was left. I hope you can see it. That's how much was left. Ah! All right, so our bottoms are coming together. Here is what we've already created. Now we're gonna grab our middle piece, which, yeah, this is what it is. I was a little confused because I thought I had got it out pink, but no, I didn't. Pink is for my bottom. Okay, so here it is, and you kind of want to put it so that it's lined up. Yeah, because this one is the other way. You don't want it to go that way, and you don't want this slant to go like that. So you got to make sure the slant of it's continuing, the slant of the leg. So now they're right sides up, and I'm gonna grab that bottom, that collar block, and I'm gonna put it right on top, and we're going to sew that. And we're gonna do that for both legs. Now listen, and then you want to top stitch as well, but since I'm using clips, it makes it really easy for me to just go ahead and move on to the next step, which will be the bottom piece. If you place the bottom piece right side on top, this is not it, right side up. Yeah, that was it. What am I doing? Right side up on it, like so. There's your leg. Here's my leg. And we're going to fold that right over that middle piece that we're going to sew up. It probably is easier to go sew one at a time, but honestly with clips, it's so simple to clip them all together first and then go sew, because they stay really nicely. That's the one thing I really like about clips, is that they stay really nicely. So then you don't have to worry about them falling off as you're trying to sew like you do with clips. Because when you turn this up, that's how your leg is going to end up looking. And then I'm gonna top stitch that. So I'm gonna do that for both legs. All right, y'all, we are nearing the end. So now our legs are finished. Look at that. How cool is that? And now we're gonna grab our each leg, and we're gonna fold it right sides together, and we're going to match up the inseams. And we're gonna sew it all the way up. It's coming along, and I am super excited because they're looking super cute. I can't wait. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn one right side out, like so, and we're going to grab the other one, and we're going to fit the right side out leg into the inside out leg. Leave that one inside out, and we're going to match that crotch seam, and we're going to go all the way around. Now, I need to figure out, while we're here, what I want to use for my waistband. And I don't know if I want to go with black, or if I want to use the pink to like give it a highlight, or if I want to go with the blue. I don't know. Comment below. And right now, before I show you the next step, tell me, that one not clip. Tell me what, this one's broken. Tell me what you think I should do. I want to know what you think. I think I already kind of have an idea of what I want to do in my head. But you tell me what you think. Let's go sew that round. Then we're going to attach our waistband, hem, and we'll be done. All right, I don't know what you were hoping for or what you wrote, but I went with the black. I figured the pink might be a little bit too much, bring too much attention to that area. And then the tie-dye, I'm already doing the tie-dye along the side and the yoke, so I wanted like a contrast. So I figured the back would give that a nice, the black would give it a nice contrast. So that's what I went with. So now what we're doing is we're placing both bands right sides together and sewing that short raw edge. So let's do that. All right, friends, we're almost done. So since I'm doing the ribbing waistband, all I gotta do, oh, these are gonna be really cool. Look at that. All I'm gonna do is I'm going to quarter my band, my pants, my leggings, and you need to make sure when you're going to sew the waistband on that you don't catch the pocket. You know, you have that little seam allowance right there at the pocket where the pockets go, but make sure that the pocket's down so you don't catch it accidentally when you're sewing this on. And now I'm gonna grab the waistband and fold it wrong sides together and then quarter the waistband as well. And then we're gonna attach it right sides together, and then I'm going to hem and be done. That's it. Let me know below what you think about this. So was it as easy as you thought it was gonna be? I think that sometimes we overthink patterns, especially when they look complicated like this. You know, like the look of it is kind of complicated, but then once you actually look at it and you put it together, you're like, actually, this is not as complicated as I thought. This was actually pretty straightforward, like a puzzle, putting a puzzle together. And that's what I love about sewing, that, you know, sometimes you start working on something and you second guess yourself and you think you're not gonna be able to do it. And then you actually go for it and you end up doing it and you're like, wow, that was great. And that was easier than I thought. And I did it. So let me go ahead and sew this one on. I want to have the seams of my waistband on the sides. I'm doing the rib one, so I'm not adding elastic to it. But if you are, then you would have 4 waistbands instead of 2, and you would put them together. So it's a little bit different. So let me go sew this, and then I'm going to try these on and show you just how they turned out. All right, we are done with these joggers. I think they look really great. I love the color blocking detail. I think the fit is great. There's different places on your pattern where you can really make sure that they're gonna fit nicely by grading and whatnot. I love how these ended up, and actually I think, and I hope you agree with me, that sewing these up is not really that hard. It's kind of like doing a fun puzzle and just putting it all together. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't, so you never miss any of our tutorials. Get out there and sew. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, and we're here to help. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'm not sure if I already said that, but even if I did, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!